phone shut off.
Yeah.
We were so deep into the conversation, we didn't even notice
the
what the
phone
fuck.
just died.
So the phone shut off. But we were talking about Mopar Goat's
Mopar
fucking
Goat.
rap. One, just to be clear, I had nothing to do with that car at all. When it was done, I didn't even know. Oh no, I think I did. I didn't know who the rap plug was, but I didn't know the people there actually. Once again, to me, one of my favorite raps I've seen overall, like just overall, not just Mopar, but overall, I think it's one of the best raps that I've seen out there. But yeah, man, I think you're shooting low. I think you're shooting low because
I shoot low only because of the fact that it's because I'm telling you, dude, like coming from Mopar heaven really changed my eyes in the sense that like, oh, I like not that I ain't shit, but it's like, no, dude, like
it humbled you.
It humbled me. Like it told me that this is gonna take time. This is gonna take some work. It's not something that you're gonna expect to just change from one day to the next. It's progress. Now that I'm gonna go back again, right? Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna be there and I'm still gonna see some cars and I'm gonna be like, I still ain't shit. Yeah. But not that I am not. I know now my car is gonna stand out. It's obviously gonna catch some attention. But now I want to see, like, I'm gonna go out there with the idea that
where do you stand?
Where do I stand now? Like, what's next? What can I do next that is gonna like put me at that next level at that point?
Yeah,
you know, because it's like a continuous thing, man. I want to do more. I want to do more, and it's to the point where, like, now that I'm gonna go back, okay, where do I stand? How do I look? Is there still some work that can be done? Definitely. Yeah. Okay, we'll work on that, and we'll come back again next. And that's the idea.
Well, it's once again, it's progress. You know, maybe slow, but progress nonetheless.
Progress over the years.
And you know, you said you're not shit. I think you're a little bit, you know, off on that. It's maybe you're not the shit, but
I'm all right, man.
But now you're part of, like, you're able to enter the competition confidently, knowing that your car is gonna get looks, that people are gonna see it, and it's gonna be like, you know, justifiable. Like, oh shit, because you've done so much to it that it's like, okay, it merits that attention.
Yeah,
you know. So that's pretty cool, man. Like I said, I'm excited to see what the car will do this year. You know, coming with the shows. What about locally? Do you plan on going to any of the shows locally?
Well, I mean, if I get notified, if I get flyers, if I get notifications of any shows locally being done, I mean, I'll participate. It's nothing. Yeah. For me, it's more than anything, the reason why I work around some of these bigger shows is because it works better with my schedule. Yeah. Sometimes some of these local shows, when they try to do it on Sundays or something, it's not that it's bad, but it doesn't work with my schedule because, like, I work at a school district and it's like I got to be home at a certain time. Only because I just need to rest for the next day because I got to be up early for the next day.
You're disciplined.
I'm disciplined to an extent. I will say that I do kind of stretch that a bit, but I do prioritize my work at the end of the day. I got to make sure that I have enough time to still go home, get ready for the next day, and be up because it's happened to me, man. It's happened to me where I stay out late Sundays doing these car meets back then, you know. Yeah. And I loved it. I mean, I'm having fun, but oh fuck, man, I would feel that backlash the next day when I'm at work. Like I could feel that the fact that I didn't sleep much. I only slept maybe 3-4 hours, and it's not bad, but like I feel it, man, because I'll be at work and sometimes there's been days where like I ain't want to do anything.
You'll regret it.
Yeah,
you'll regret it. Like, fuck, man, was that really worth it? Was it really worth? I think that's a sign of you getting older.
And I am getting older, man. Unfortunately, I am getting older, man. I'm not getting younger anytime soon. Yeah. I'm only getting older and wiser. But at the same time, it's like it's still a fun hobby for me. This was something that I really never really thought I would jump into. Yeah. It was just kind of like a curveball. And as I went through with it over time, um, yeah, man, I can honestly say I've enjoyed it. I've had more friends of mine that I went to school with that they know, like, they see my car and say, hey, wait, está con madre el carro, papa. Like, está mamalón, like this and that. And it's nice to hear that sometimes because, I mean, yeah, everybody has their own thing going on. But it's nice to hear that from old friends from back then in school that they see who I am, they see my car, and they're like, "Oh, well, nah, man, you've come a long way. Like it's different." Yeah. And it's nice to hear that, especially because people know that from what I've been through in the past and going to school and all that, coming from basically a Mexican household, that I was more like I gotta go to school. Like school was my thing, and I was grinded into that. Yeah. So being able to go outside of this into this whole different scene was more like a nice fresh start to an extent. It was nice for me to kind of just do my own thing. Yeah. I still love what I do school wise with work and technology and all that. But this was a nice little detour, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to have those hobbies. It's healthy, I think. Yeah. It's healthy because it gets your mind out of work. It gets your mind sometimes even out of problems.
Yeah, dude. Because technically, for me, before doing this whole car stuff, my hobby, or in a sense, for me to just unwind, was just playing video games. Sometimes go play soccer or go out with some friends, but it was mainly that. I do play music. A lot of people don't know, but like I can play piano. That was my major thing. Yeah, I can play piano, and I've
like good.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like at one point, even I've told this to some friends that my ideal, like when I retire, like I want to write music. I want to write piano, like just to basically sit on a piano and just write music. Oh, I like it. It's something that I grew up with, going to school in the high school, that I was part of the band and all that. That my band director at the time, Manny, right? He basically had a piano there in his office, and he's like, "Come on, man, you want to learn? Like, I'll teach you." And he taught me. I learned it through time and through YouTube, and I never took like official lessons with anybody. I just kind of learned that on my own. Would borrow the keyboard there from school, and it was a nice refresher. But then once I left school, once I left the high school, even in the university, while I was working as a work study there with the records management department, next door they had like a surplus area where they had a bunch of different like surplus items that were there that were supposed to basically be gone, or they were going for auction and whatnot. And in one of those, they had a grand piano there, man.
Oh shit.
So seeing that there through the time, like it was so refreshing because I could play that piano. When I would basically be done with my work, I would tell my boss at the time, Viola, I'd be like, "Hey, miss, can I go next door?" She's like, "Yeah, go ahead." Like, she didn't know what I was doing, but she's like, "Yeah, just go ahead." She thought I was gonna go visit the guys next door or something. Like, "Hey, what's up?" Hang out. But no, dude, I would just be there playing piano, and so these guys would hear about it, but they never were like, "Who's playing that?" Yeah. And then until they finally saw me, and then they went to go tell her, and then she's like, "Oh, like I thought he was just hanging out with y'all." Oh, until they finally one day they came and they saw me playing. They're like, "Can I help you?" And they're like, when did you start learning to play it? I was like, no, I've played it for a while now, but this is for me to just unwind. It was a nice.
You missed such a fucking badass opportunity. You could have made some shit up.
Yeah.
You could have been like, oh, I don't know, I just got bored.
It's great, bro. It's like
I'm started playing it.
Like I'm not, yeah. Like I'm not one to like kind of like toot my own horn, but I'm sure you've seen videos where people that they're just playing piano in the middle of like nowhere, like in a mall or something. Yeah. Like I used to do that. Oh, like if there was a piano there and I see it, I'll be like, let me go play something real quick, just something out of my mind.
I used to do the same.
And it was great, man.
But it wasn't any good.
I mean, for me,
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah, of course, dude. But to me, my major thing was, piano has always been something that I really atoned with, in the sense that it was just so nice freely. And that's because for me, I got fat fingers. I got small hand, in the sense that it's not your ideal piano hand, because I got to really stretch my pinky sometimes for some of these keys. Yeah. But when I play something just so calm, so like that, like I sometimes don't even feel it, dude. My hands just do the work. Yeah. And it was in those moments where it's like I unwinded. Like I wasn't even thinking of anything. I was just casually just minding my own thing, my own business, just playing. Then once I graduated from the university and everything, like I didn't have that no more. Uh, I even at one point was working, and I even told my mom, like I want to buy a piano. Like I need a piano. Like I need a keyboard. No, I've been wanting to buy one. That's honestly, I think that's one of the goals of mine this year to get one. Because
what about like a keyboard?
it's because it's not the same, dude. I've tried keyboards and it doesn't hit the same.
Obviously, not,
I
but at least something.
Yeah, and I have one. I have a keyboard at home.
So you do.
I do have a keyboard at home, but I don't really use it as much because it doesn't give me the same effect. I have been looking. I have been looking around for pianos that people will have there for sale, or even like schools that are just giving away the piano. They're gonna put it up for auction. I've been checking, man, because I've been looking for a piano just to see. It doesn't have to be a grand piano. Grand piano is obviously like way expensive. Yeah. But a nice subtle, like like this size, Yamaha. That's
a couple. You know what's crazy? Fucking a few days ago, I'm not even making this shit up. A few days ago, I don't know where the fuck we were going, but we were driving somewhere. I was with my wife, and we saw a truck, a moving truck, and it said piano moving service. And I was like, what the fuck? There's that many pianos to fucking to like.
You'd be surprised.
To like, I don't know. It's just something that I guess I don't really think about, or we don't really think about. Yeah. Very much. It's kind of like when you learn that something is a business, and it's like, really, you can make a business out of that, but really, you can make a business out of fucking anything.
Yeah, nowadays you can make a business out of anything.
Always like, well, even if there's like fucking a little bit of pianos, but no one knows how to actually move them.
Yeah,
then
it's not easy. It's not something that I can tell you that it's easy to just you can just no, hell no, dude, those bitches are heavy. Sure, it's very very tedious when it comes to moving some of those things, because one wrong move and you'll snap one of those the strings. Yeah, something can go wrong, and it's just like that's it.
I actually want to. So I myself am a music oriented person, and I self-taught myself how to play guitar.
Oh yeah.
At a very young age.
That's one of the instruments I've wanted to learn, but I just never jumped on it. I can play a couple instruments: the saxophone, clarinet, the bass, minor trumpet, tuba. God damn, that's already. It's a couple instruments that I can play.
But you know what though? I will tell you this, and this is why I say I'm music oriented, because I can pick up an instrument
and just start
and figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like obviously I'm not gonna fucking play some fucking
something crazy.
But I was able to figure out like songs in guitar.
Yeah.
And like I would hear songs and like, okay, it's this.
Match the tone.
I didn't know how to fucking read music. I don't know how to read music. I don't fucking. All I learned with was tabs. That was it. Tabs, and learn how to fucking play. And then I learned, okay, this chord, like this string here makes this sound. This makes here. So I would hear songs like, oh, that sounds like that spot right there. It was never like, oh, that's a fucking
G minor or whatever.
Exactly. It was never that. It was like, I'm pretty sure I can replicate that song, that sound. And one of my goals for this year is like now, like I was telling you earlier, I want to have more like time for myself. One of my goals is to either learn how to play the piano or violin, one of the two. And I really want to learn how to play one of those two. Regardless of which one I choose, next year I'll probably go into the other. And I just like when I wake up in the morning, I wake up, I fucking come over here to the kitchen, I start making my coffee, I play some music, and usually it's like, classical, like something that has violin and has like kind of this just like enjoying the music out of it. Bro, I love music. So one of my goals is to do that, is to learn how to play an instrument, even at my age. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I feel like I missed out. I tell people all the time, like when I get into like a deep conversation where I really open up, like I feel like I missed out on so much. Being like 10 years gone in the military, you miss out on so much of like growing up.
Yeah.
And you come back and people don't have like you never had the experiences that some people had growing up. Correct. And vice versa, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But
some people like me growing up. I mean, obviously, like for example, like you put yourself in my shoes. Like I went through the experience of learning how to play instruments, how to read, how to learn all that over time. But it doesn't compare to some of the experiences that obviously you went through the military. I've never been a part of the military. Exactly. It's something that it's just goes, it comes and goes. It's not. I don't think I ever will see myself experiencing something that you experienced through the military. It's very different,
And I feel that like what I was getting to with that is that sometimes I feel like people say like, hey man, like that's like age appropriation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, I get you. First of all, mind your own fucking business. Yeah. If I ain't bothering you, then just shut the fuck up. One. Yeah. And two, it's like straight up. There's like this. What I'm doing now, I could have done in my 20s, right? But I wasn't here in my 20s. You know, exactly. I was out there. Like, yeah. I wasn't doing this shit. So it's like coming back into the real world. Now I'm getting to get like I felt like a reset because I get out and immediately the first thing I do is go to college. Yep. And now it's like I'm nearing my 30s, and I'm not hanging out, but I'm in class with kids that are fucking 18, 19 years old, which I got in the military as well. But in the military, it's very different because you are coming in as a 19-year-old, right, or an 18-year-old. I'm fucking, let's say 25, 26. We're not gonna hang out. Not really, no. No, we're not. I mean, it's not a thing. We're not gonna hang out. It's not. Not only is it not preferable, or it's not because I don't want to. It's because it's frowned upon. We're not gonna do that shit. Yeah. So yeah, man. Like now I'm like trying to catch up on the things I wasn't able to do when I was, when I did there. I still play soccer, like, and I get injured all the time. I'm older. I get injured all the time. I have a homeboy that says, bro, you're too old for that shit. And it's like, nah, bro, I didn't get to do this shit when. Yeah, I didn't get to do it when I had the age for it. Now I want to enjoy it. I'm older. Yeah, I might get injured, but you know what? I'm gonna do it because it's part of what I want to do. At the end of the day, like it's what I want out of my life. So yeah. So now it's like, I being the age that I am now. I still want to learn. I want to learn how to play the piano. I want to learn violin. I told my wife the other day, it was a while back. I was like, you know what? I never got to be a professional athlete. Like I think, bro, I'm telling you straight up, I am pretty sure that if I would have fucking stuck to that, I could have become. I was good. I was really good, really fucking good. I just never pursued it. I never had the discipline to be able to like keep going with that. That was honestly like that was kind of one of the situations that I was in because like I love the piano, man. I love music. I consider myself doing that like as a retirement kind of thing. But I did love it to the point while I was in the university, I considered changing to that major, like to that music side of the industry. But it wasn't that it was age appropriate or anything or frowned upon. It was just like, for me, it was more like from my family side of things. It's like really like I'm gonna go because I'm at my mom's side of the family. I got a lot of professionals, bankers, doctors, dentists, chemists, and all eyes were on me while I was going to school because from my mom's side, my mom is held up in a high regard with the family, and they were like, "So what is Luis doing? What is he doing now?" Oh, but he's going to school and this and that. But they were always like, "Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna be doing engineering." And I was doing engineering at first. I was doing computer engineering, but over time, I lost the passion for it. I just didn't see myself doing that in the long run, and so I switched majors. I switched to what I do now,
But luckily I didn't lose too much. But at one point I was like, what if I pursued music? What if I pursued doing piano? My mom knew I could play piano, but she never really saw me doing that as a career to where I could have made that decision and jumped on it, because I was like, they might think otherwise of me. Yeah. And so I didn't pursue it. But now I told myself, okay, I mean, I didn't pursue it at then, but I told myself, maybe down the road, in the long run, once I'm older, I'm gonna be older. Once I hit my 50s, I'm gonna retire or whatever. I'll be like, okay, I think it's time to pursue that music side and really see what I can do.
Well, that's one of those things I feel that you can do at an older.
Yeah.
Like there's not like a.
I wasn't rushed for it. Yeah.
It's not like professional sports. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of hard. And so
professional sport, like you gotta be in your prime to really get it.
Unless, so hear me out. This is my idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna become a professional golfer.
Oh, okay. Professional golfing is different though. Golfing has its own merit. Golfing doesn't matter what age because it's all about technique. It's all about knowing how it works.
So this is like, you tell me if this makes sense. So I looked it up, and there's still people in their 50s competing like professionally.
Yeah.
Making money.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tiger Woods, right?
Of course.
He became a professional at what? Like 16?
Yeah. He was young.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Bro. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't born swinging.
No, it took him time to learn.
You know, what do you think? Maybe like, let's say at the earliest age, 5 years old, that he starts golfing, becomes professional in 11 years. Why would I be able to fucking become professional in 11 years?
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's doable. Hey, it's doable. Very doable.
I think that's the only sport that I can do. That or bowling.
Hey, you know? Bowling, dude. I'm telling you. I've seen some of them guys just swinging that ball, they're dude. Old. They're old, but they can throw that bitch. Like they know what. Maybe I can. It's crazy, man.
Bowler too. Hey, I'm determined to become a professional something.
Of course.
You know.
Of course.
Like athlete. Maybe in my eyes, it's like, is that really a sport? But because I grew up playing sports, like contact sports, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
You know, I played soccer, I played fucking basketball, I did cross country, I did football, I never did baseball or anything like that. But you know, multiple different sports, but maybe I can do that. You know, I don't know. It's just like a thing that I have that it's like, maybe, but I don't know if I'm passionate enough for that. I think if I wanted to do something, I want to write music. I used to play the guitar. I used to write songs. Writing is a big thing for me. I used to sit down and fucking write.
Even for me, at one point, I was like very with the whole band thing, right? Back then, marching season. That was fun. Marching, so the band itself would march on the field and do like
where they
show,
like the figures and all that.
Make figures on it. That shit was fun, dude. Back then, I even considered, you know, being a professional like musician just to go compete in those while I was in my 20s, but I just never saw myself doing that because it was just so like seasonal.
Is there competitions for that?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. So
big time, bro. You have no fucking idea.
I don't at all. So hold on. I know like march bands are big like in college football games, right?
Yeah.
There's something else besides that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Drum Corps International, DCI.
Wow. How big is that?
That's huge, dude. Like I'm talking like, and I'm just gonna throw a couple names out there because you probably don't even know, like the Cavaliers.
Definitely, I don't know.
Cavaliers. What is it? The Crown Royal, the Blue Royals.
Were these teams?
They're not teams. They're a team, but it's a consensus of. It depends because some groups are just all male, some groups are a mix of male and female, and some groups are all females. So it just depends. But all of these people in that group, like the Cavaliers, for example, the Cavaliers, I don't know if to this day, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. But back then, like when I was in high school, watching these bands perform, like watching the Cavaliers was at the time they were like back to back for I don't know how many years champions, but they were basically an all male drum corps. Basically meaning no, like that's just it was all males. Like the trumpet players,
they allowed females to try out.
No, because it was just a male thing. Like it was just strictly a male because of the way the presentation, or in this case, the show was performed in. Now that I think they do have females. I'm not sure. I don't recall. But at one point, it was like a all major male kind of thing, drum corps competition. That is not only like local, but it was worldwide. Like it was a world championships.
Oh shit!
To a point where people from other countries would come here and compete in those things because you would get recruited into those things while you were pursuing music in the university level.
Wow, that's crazy.
But it's a whole different ballgame. I'm talking like camps, like that you would go to camps for that, and you would basically kind of try out, and that's if you made it.
Let me ask you this: do those people? I mean, I don't know if you know or not, but is that like their job, or is that kind of like their like they're able to compete, right?
That was their
But
job.
They have like regular fucking ass jobs.
No, that was their actual job. Like basically, those people that would do that, like collectively, was basically their job. That was their thing.
Oh,
But the thing with drum corps, like with that marching competitions back then, like it's up to a certain age group.
Ah, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's how it was. Like you would.
They can exclude sex. Why can't they exclude fucking people?
So at one point, like if you wanted to be in those drum corps and stuff, like you had to be within a certain age at that point because
what's the cutoff?
I don't even know. I think it was like in maybe late 20s.
Hold on. Is this a thing of the competition, or is this just like a thing of like people just
thing of the competition overall?
So there's restrict. So if you're fucking 40, you can't compete.
Yeah, you can't.
Even if you're the best.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's a little weird because these competitions back then, these drum corps, there were like.
Hold on, you keep saying back then. Is that not a thing anymore?
It still is, but it's like
as far as you remember.
As far as I remember, like I don't know how it is today. Like I still see some of their videos, but I'm not like I'm not heavily.
You don't follow it.
I don't follow it as much as I used to. So it's been a while, but at one point I was like, yeah, give me that fucking trumpet, man. I'm ready to go out there and march my ass off into these shows. Yeah. Because it was just so fun.
You should make your own band of old people.
That'd be cool. But no, nah.
And then go like show up, pull up to the competition and be like, hey man, y'all think we ain't good enough?
Yeah.
Hey.
We'll see.
Let's see. You know, I think that would be pretty badass.
We'll see, man. I mean, I feel like there's a lot in the music side that I could still do, but at the same time it's like I don't know. For sure the piano. Piano is the one thing I will take.
Well, that would be pretty cool, man.
That I wanna pursue that down the road. So
hell yeah. That's cool.
We'll see.
Well, brother, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate the talk. There's probably a lot more we can talk about.
Oh yeah, but we'll save that for another day.
We'll save it for later. For sure. I appreciate you, everything that you've done.
Of course, man.
You know, for me, and I am excited to see you out at these events.
Ready.
I wanna say I'm more than 50% sure I'll make it out to Mopar Heaven.
Oh yeah, make it happen, man.
And you know, I want to see what you're talking about. You know, I want not that I don't believe you, but I want to see it for myself and see if maybe we can fucking come up with something to get you to that level. Maybe not next year, but you know, within the next few years to build it up, keep building it up. You know,
it's
and yeah, man,
it's like different, man. Trust me. If you do make it, if you do have to go out there, you're gonna see.
Well, I know there's some heavy hitters out there that I follow that I'm like, fuck, man, their builds are fucking nice. Yeah. I want to see just a general consensus. I want to see generally, like, I want to see where you stand, like in my eyes. Like, you know, are you in the top 10%, top 50%, top 25, top 75. Like,
we'll see, man.
What is it?
I'm trying to see where I stand this year once I go out there. We'll see.
We'll see what they
Ready
think.
To have some fun.
We'll see what they think. I want to see what I think about it. Everyone has their own opinions, and like I was saying earlier, and I hope nobody takes that shit personal. But in my opinion, like, it's kind of hard to really think about a Mopar out there that is better than yours at this moment, and it's not because I've had anything to do with it. It's because, like, straight up, I think once you bagged it, that was like a fucking game changer. Mm-hmm. That was a complete game changer. So there are obviously still things that you can do to it to make it better, but being parked, just looking at it from far away, it's kind of hard to say there's something that looks better than that. And it in the Charger category right now. I might be missing something. It's been a while since I've been out there in the shows and in the meets. There's
a few that I can think of, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to think about that. So, like I said, hopefully,
it's just a work in progress, man.
And I'm excited to see the white body kit. Hopefully, that shit goes on sooner rather than than later.
And we'll see, man. We'll see. That's something I got to look into this year, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for sure. Don't you worry about that. It's just now I gotta really sit down and see. Okay, what am I gonna go for this time? What's the next vision?
Yeah.
But no, man, I appreciate you having me. It's always great giving these chats. There's a lot more we can talk about, but again, we'll leave that for another day. As of right now, I appreciate the Modelo también. It's pretty good. It was a good refresher. I was getting thirsty. But no, yeah, man. I appreciate what you do. Again, shout out Rep Cartel.
Hell yeah.
Hit them up, guys. If y'all are locally here, not only locally but out there,
anywhere in Texas,
anywhere in Texas, we'll make it happen.
Not anywhere in the world, but anywhere in the U.S.
For sure.
Thank you so much, brother, once again for coming by, and y'all have a good one.
Later.